If you're a returning viewer, you probably know what I'm going to say next, but if you're new here, I'll let you in on a secret on how I deal with YouTube channels and the like. If I watch more than 3 videos from the same YouTube channel over the course of like a month, and I like them, I'll subscribe to them. So if this is your first or second time here, hope you enjoy. This is your third time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with what we do. So what we're doing today is we're going to see if you can beat Fallout 4 in reverse. And what I mean by reverse is, can we start with the latest, newest content that was released for Fallout 4, not the weird like holiday updates and stuff like that, but actual game content, and then work our way backward through the DLCs to the base game. That's pretty much all it means by playing in reverse. If I could actually play the game starting with the final mission, working our way backward, that'd be pretty cool, but it's not really possible, so. We're off to Nuka-World to start. I think it's a great idea to drop everything I have to go into this. Mind you, I've never played anything beyond, like, what was it, Automation and, the one where you help build the vault. So I've never played Nuka-World, Far Harbor, or, you know, anything like that. Didn't really know that you're supposed to be level 30, and I really didn't know what you're supposed to do to start the quest. So I kind of flounder around a bit here, trying to deal with this Assaultron. That's what it's called. A shotgun that I picked up randomly along the way doesn't really help any. So I get taken out by the Assaultron. Automatically load back in and get caught in a death loop again. That happens quite a bit in Fallout 4. I think I have like an autosave mod that might be the problem, but I have no idea. Try to fight the Assaultron some more. Doesn't really go my way. Don't really have the ammo or supplies to deal with it. So I just kind of run to the other end of this train station, trying to figure out how I start this. I'm guessing it has to do with the dying guy there. So I duck over in here, waiting for it in the past, decide to throw a Molotov. And I guess you could just automatically start the quest by killing the guy. Didn't know that.
Tell you what, old Harv's got a password on it. Take it and use it to unlock the control terminal and power up the Nuka Express. The monorail will take you to Nuka-World.
So we go rob his body, start up the train, and fuck off to Nuka-World. Like, I get it, this expansion, and yes, I'm going to call it an expansion because it expands upon the game compared to downloadable content like fucking horse armor. But this expansion is a neat idea of, you know, well, what would happen to Disney World or Disneyland if nuclear war happened? I'm just going to speed up me running through the Crucible here because, well, because you'll see why later. I throw everything I got at it. Taking out the turrets and whatnot. Trying to slowly make my way through it because, again, first time playing this one. Don't know really what to expect from it. Fully understand I'm not really supposed to be here at this level. And that's fine. That's fine. I've played through the other ones like this. And really the only one that holds up really well is Fallout 3. You get kind of overpowered by the end of that DLC before doing any of the other ones. Well, the end DLC, Mothership Zeta. Keep going, disarming all the traps, or tripping some of the traps. Play with the doors, find a clanker monkey. No idea why those were ever actually a toy. Take some Rad away, some Rad X, head through the radioactive bit here. Take some more Rad away. And eat a bunch more shit. Go through, mess around with some turrets. Make some food. Turrets still shoot at us. So I shut them off again. The clanker monkey kind of is the one that sets it off. It's a motion detector for some reason. Keep running through it, looting everything I can. I'm going to up the speed now to 10 times speed. Sorry about the sound. Funny thing is with the program I'm using, when you speed shit up, over a certain amount of time, it just kind of breaks the sound because it can't play the sound as fast as it plays the video, which is weird. Keep moving on down through, picking up mines, get exploded. Realize that this must be a mechanic of Fallout 4 or something, because this is like the third or fourth time it's happened. I get killed by a mine, and then I spawn back in, I reload, and the mines aren't there anymore. It's got to be like a feature or something for it. Continue on. Take all the grenades off of the fucking strings hanging there. Shut off the valves. Kill a giant rad roach, then spawns more rad roaches. Nothing's really ever done with that mechanic again. Oh, I guess a hermit crab later on in Far Harbor. Drop some shit. Heal up some more. Leave on out of here to the teacup thing. Almost get got by flying ants. And normal ants. Hotkey some more stuff. Run around. Try to get the chains from the outside of this so I could just leave. Because there are a couple of gates in the game where you can do that. Get got by some ants. Again, fist fight some flying ants because that's how that works. Rest up, heal up, scrap a bunch of shit so I'm not carrying it. Head on out. Get shot by some people. Fuck around with more grenades on strings. The whole grenades on strings things I don't really get. Like, you could take a grenade, pull the pin, shove it in a cup, and put it on, like, the top of a door. Or, like, put the cup upside down someplace where someone's gonna knock it over. That's like a old school World War II, like, landmine style fucking hand grenade use, right? The whole on strings thing doesn't really make sense. Here's the first time I get killed by the fucking overboss. Second time I get killed by the overboss. Happens quite a bit. Third. Fourth. Fifth. I was here for a while. Sixth. Like a good hour. It keeps fucking going. It eventually gets to a point here to where I just restart the entire fucking run because I can't do that. Mind you, I'm not really going to level up too much. I'm going to hit like level 10 by doing the whole fence post thing. But I'm going to gather a few supplies before we make our way there. One such thing is a fat man a little east of Sanctuary in a junkyard with a Securitron and a set of power armor. Those should be good enough to get us through. Should be good enough to get us through. I'm also going to take the minigun just for good measure. Go ahead and grind some levels out using the fence post trick. Not the best thing, but, you know, Red Rocket has a good amount of wood around it, and Sanctuary Hills has a good amount of wood around it. Not the most proficient thing you can go through. You can, like, collect up statues and shit like that, and then somehow fuck things around to be able to get back the same amount of materials you put into it, and somehow get, like, unlimited free experience that way or something. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to grind out a couple of levels. We're already doing better as we make our way. Now, what you will notice is the minigun here does not have any wind-up. I hate that aspect of games and stuff. There's no wind-up on these things. There's never been any wind-up on these things. I don't know why they think there's wind-up on these things. You can spool them up, sure, but I'm pretty sure that's just a mechanism to help cool down the barrels by spinning them out in the air. Anyway, we start fighting the overboss again. Some of our armor's heavily damaged by now. That's fine. Lay into him with this minigun. Shoot him with the fucking water gun. Yeah, water gun's pretty neat. Break his shield. Lay into him with the fucking minigun again. I do like the effect of the barrels heating up. Although if a barrel heats up that bright for that long, there's going to be significant droopage to it. because that's just how metal works. Don't get me wrong, they have gotten that hot, but once it starts to get yellow, almost white, there is significant damage done to the metal at that point. You can even start burning the metal, in which case it'll start sparking and flying fucking red everywhere. And, well, sparking, bright, popping sparks that are bright white and yellow. Take him out with a mini nuke. Finally done with this fucking boss fight after like, I don't know, 3 hours at this point. This entire Fallout 4 in reverse is the longest, probably the second longest actually, amount of recordings I have had for a Fallout game, bar the first Fallout game. It's like fucking 25 hours of footage I had to deal with. Anyway, we start meeting the bosses of the park. They're okay. Don't really care for any of them. At least the blonde is somewhat attractive, but this guy's just an asshole. I decide right here that, well, I'm gonna do like the normal questing for this. I'm gonna kill everyone in the end of this because they're all just kind of insufferable assholes, so. Put my 10mm pistol to use. This is the same one I got out of the vault. I've kind of upgraded it since then. While the, fully automatic part of it is good, it also eats through ammo like no tomorrow. And just dealing with a few ghouls, goddamn, words are hard sometimes, runs through the entirety of my ammo, and my armor's getting beat to hell again. I do jump back and forth between like the main base here and whatever I'm doing to fix up my armor and work on my weapons and shit. So plink at this ghoul for a while because God knows. Headed back, picked up a submachine gun. Back to the market, I should say. Picked up a 45 SMG with some ammo. Fixed up my armor. Came back at it. Mind you, I'm using the overboss's armor now, which is why they're sparking. I have a mod that allows me to change the mesh on power armor to look like other power armor simply because I like to mix and match sometimes, and I also like the T60. The updated version of like the basic power armor you have. I also like the mix and match with like the XO1 chest piece with like Tesla stuff on it. It turns out cool in the end. Anyway, I resort to using a machete that has wounding on it. So it has bleed damage along with normal damage. And while they do heal, you know, it kind of offsets it, especially with them being so close as the overboss's armor is kind of putting in some work. Even then, they still destroy my power armor and damn near kill me. There goes the arm on it. But yeah, it's harsh. And I do have a mod that allows me to make legendary modifications. Piss off Oswald here. That's nothing new, though. He's hated me since I came into the park. I do have a mod that allows me to make legendary modifications for the entire idea of guns aren't magical, right? If you could find a gun that makes people bleed, it's not the gun, it's the ammo. Yeah. So other guns could be built to do the same thing and modified to do the same thing, and it's... I kind of blow myself up there. That's just how it goes with this thing, right? If the weapons also had unique models to them with unique abilities, wouldn't fuck around with that aspect of it. But since there's no unique models in this game, like there is in New Vegas, I don't worry about it. Take out Oswald, finally. Put the disciples in charge of this one because I don't really fucking care. Again, not trying to be anyone's friend here, just trying to get through the main quest here. Start playing around with the legendary modifications that I have. And I realized that I could put explosive on one of the water guns. And it's like a fucking hit scan gun at this point. Look at that shit. No drop, no nothing. It's like automatically there as soon as you fucking hit the fire button. I thought that was pretty cool. Mind you, it only does like 10 points of explosive damage Although it is still minor area of effect. Turn on my auto clicker, shit goes crazy. I have another one, so I figure, hey, what if I put plasma infused on it? Hey, it looks like a normal water gun, right? It does like, what is it, fucking 7 or 10 points of plasma damage. Figure, maybe I'll do a run with just that gun at some point. Call it the plasma zapper or something. You see the little motes of energy coming off of them when you use it. I use it for a while because, I don't know, I'm entertained by these fucking strangeness of it, right? This is the type of gun that you expect to be like a secret weapon in a Fallout game. It's a water gun, but it shoots like energy-infused plasma or some shit for some reason. Who knows why? Maybe it's a unique energy weapon that separates the hydrogen and the oxygen to make some type of energy charged thing. I don't fucking know, dude. I just get a kick out of it. I mean, it doesn't really do significant damage, as you see by me taking on a fucking cricket, but I just switch over to a different gun. Try to use the explosive one here. It's not that the explosive one does more damage, it's that the explosive one has area of effect. And also there are different resistances and the like. Some things are more resistant to energy damage, which they will take less damage from the plasma-infused one. When most things take full explosive damage, if memory serves me correctly. With that, we've gone through Dry Rock Gulch. Most of the little areas in Fallout 4 for Nuka-World, so far anyway, have been nice, quick, simple little, okay, here's a quest. It's going to take like, I don't know, 10 minutes to finish it. That's fine. Then the Galactic Zone. Put the operators in charge of this one, because I don't know. But Jesus fucking Christ. The Galactic Zone. Before I played this, I was looking at different, like, kind of reviews, kind of just overviews of what people liked and what they didn't like of it. And what I kept seeing pop up again and again is that the DLCs made for Fallout 4 are pretty much go here, do thing, return back to me, or go here, collect thing. And while that can be done one of a number of ways to make it super entertaining, this shit is not entertaining. These stupid fucking star cores, right? These are... What is it, like 35 of the things scattered throughout the park? Sure, only like 7 of them are out in the actual ambient world around you. Is 7 or 8 of them, or something. You only need 20 of them to technically claim this zone, and you can find most of those in the buildings and stuff that you have to go walking around. It's just, scavenger hunt shit like that is just not fun. Right? They're I don't know. Again, I'm not a game designer or anything. I don't know how they could have made this better beyond a just completely different fucking story. I don't know. Maybe you have some pre-war wannabes living up in here in like high class and whatnot and using robots as servants, and they don't want other people to fuck around with it or something, and maybe you got to do a couple of quests that involve I don't know, that one vault with the pre-war rich people where you have to, where it's like a murder mystery was pretty neat. They could do something like that, right? Like a murder mystery for the the actual vault that could have been used there, the exhibit. Maybe people went and lived in it when the bombs fell or some shit. I don't know, man. Anything would have been better than, I don't know, go collect 20 things from the place here. And then, you know, another 15 of the things if you want the fancy armor. You can't even collect all 15 of those things until you turn the fucking power on either, which is... fucking annoying. Anyway, talked over killing a bunch of gator claws here. Killed one with the plasma zapper. Also put wounding on my 10mm pistol. And I came across this gun right here. This is from a mod. that I installed a while back because I was playing around with the idea of a Vash the Stampede mod. But I've decided that I'm going to keep a not heavy hitting, but a fast hitting weapon with the wounding. Makes the target bleed out for like, I don't know, 10 points of damage or something. Pretty much all legendary modifications are like 10 points of damage, mind you. You put it on something that's fast hitting and it stacks. It's not that it goes for a longer amount of time, it's that the damage stacks up. So, I put it on the AK that I found off a dead what's-his-face in a animal corral. Go through, kill the rest of the gator claws because death claws are lizards. I mean, I guess it's kind of common knowledge that the original death claws were made out of like geckos or something. Figure a gator claw would be a lot more intimidating than a normal death claw, given the prerequisite of what they evolved from. Anyway, I get my massacre of the raider tribes started here. Again, this rifle puts in a hell of a lot of work, especially since I'm picking up more ammo for it from each of them, which is just amazing. A lot of them go down fairly easy. The named ones always seem to be bullet spongy. And I don't know if that's just because I'm playing on like normal or hard at this point. I have no idea. I can't remember. Or that it's just how it operates. Maybe they're leveled to the DLC and not to me, because I've noticed some enemies are leveled to me, like the normal operators. These guys the named ones all have skulls next to their name, which in video game terms mean they will kill me, but not really happening. They just take a while. And dead. Ta-da. I'd also know where the fuck these people are getting so many shovels that they could put the handle of a shovel on every one of these rifles as stock. Go to take out the next one. Next group of raiders. Put my missile launcher to use. But always go back to the nice, trusty, bleed-out rifle. Puts in work. Then I decided to take on Nisha with the plasma zapper. Just because I think it's funny to kill bosses like that. Get completely demolished by the pack, so I decided to actually, you know, play it safe and do what I usually do. Duck out of cover, take some shots, use a grenade, duck out of cover, take some shots, use a grenade. That sort of thing. And when you can finally get one of these bosses in front of you and just lay the fuck into them, they'll go down fairly quickly. Turn on the lights to Nuka-World. Even though I expected more, you know, lights to come on. Grab the last star core from up at the observation tower. Plug it into the last place that's kind of hidden away. Open up the case. Might I just make sure everything else is all done up. That way I can get this XO1 power armor, which isn't supposed to exist at this point in time, mind you. Locked in a pre-war case as a pre-war item. Whatever, though. I know it got retconned later on to be whatever the fuck it is, but yeah, no, that's... I just find that stupid. Decide to kill a Securitron. Well, Sentry. Bot. Yeah, Sentry bot. With the plasma zapper. Simply because I find it funny. Again, thinking of doing a run of just this thing. I feel like outside of a DLC, being able to lay on pretty much infinite ammo, 10 damage per shot energy weapon would be a little overkill for it. So I'll look into it a little bit more. And so we make our way into Far Harbor. Another DLC I never touched. Another DLC that has been explained away as being go here, get thing. I did read that, y'all, if you should really take Nick Valentine into this DLC and shit like that. And Maybe one day I'll sit down and actually apply myself to these DLCs. Give them a full rundown like I used to back in the day. But, one, I don't really have time for that shit anymore. And two, Fallout 4 is not really the best game to do that with. At least in my opinion. Right? Anyway, we take out the fog walker newt thingies and some anglerfish with feet. Been watching a lot of Roanoke gaming lately. Dude's like a scientist, breaks down the anatomies and shit of monsters from movies and whatnot. Super fucking hates anglerfish, so he'd have a field day with them things. Getting taken to the synth refuge, a child of Adam starts to fucking just annoy the shit out of me. Take them out with my Vast Stampede-style revolver. Meet the stupid fucking toaster. I do not like this character. I can't stand... I just can't stand this fucking archetype in real life either. People with a better-than-you attitude that like to talk down to people. I just don't fucking like that. I try to pass a couple of speech checks down with What's-Her-Face. I can't, so I figure, I'm just gonna wander around and get a couple of levels. Toss them in the charisma, that way I can do whatever. As I show up, randomly wandering around the island, I come across these children of Adam. And I don't like these guys since the first fucking interaction with them. So I put this fancy-ass revolver to work. By this point, I think it's still using 44 Magnum. I upgraded later to use 50 cal rounds somehow. Put the rifle to use, not getting any new ammo drops, so the ammo just keeps going down and down. Go back to What's-Her-Face that we were sent here to rescue from kidnapping. I don't know, this type of situation with this character, I don't know if she's a synth or if she's not a synth. I genuinely don't care either. But like the synths that know they're synths, right? That are loyal to whomever, and since they can't tell if they're synths or not, just be happy you think you're a person and go along with the shit, man. Right? Like Paladin Dance. If you don't fucking do the whole take the security card thing back to Proctor Ingram, they never figure out he's a synth, and he fights on their side. He doesn't betray them last minute to fight for the Institute or anything like that. Right? So, whatever, fine. All I could tell you is if I woke up, I don't know, 200 years from today, right, and I was a robot man, I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, I'm alive again, somehow. Still me. Yeah, my old body's gone, cool, whatever, but I'm still me. And I know somebody's going to think that I'm going against what I said earlier, that synths aren't human. And synths aren't human, right? I wouldn't be human anymore, but I guess it's the whole duality of it, you know. If your consciousness can exist outside of your body, then, you know, it's one of them deals. Anyway, kill a hermit crab in a fucking van, which is pretty cool. Like the highlight of this entire DLC for me. Beyond running around and collecting shit. Also, the memory sequence parts, super fucking a letdown, man. Here, do these little data cube things, right? They've already in the base game got the memory den sequence where you walk around through bits and pieces of Kellogg's memories, right? Now imagine if you did that, except the walking around part in between the memories was you needing to build a way over to them and then fight off partition things and then, you know, let the little flea things go through and work their magic. And then, yeah, I nuked the children of Adam because fuck them. And then you could go through and then actually see the memory play out in real time. I think that would have made more sense than, I don't know, here's this like tower defense puzzle thing for some reason. Anyway, I know I talked over a lot of it because Far Harbor is not a good DLC in my opinion. Maybe if I had Nick Valentine here and I actually gave a fuck about synths, this would be different, but As it is, I turned off the fog condenser thingies, I nuked the Children of Atom, and I pissed off the synth, whatever the fuck the place is called. I take What's-Her-Face back home, you know, she pretty much realizes it doesn't matter if she's a synth or if she isn't a synth. She's these people's kid at this point, so just fucking deal with it. Goddamn. Right, if you have all the memories, knowledge, and understanding of the original person, well, sure, you're missing some memories from when you were a kid. I don't remember what the fuck I was doing when I was 5, right? No one does. Like, some people remember more vivid memories than others. It's just kind of how that shit works. But if it don't stand out to you from when you're a kid, you're not remembering it, alright? Just how that goes. So there you go. She's home. This DLC is done. We can move on to the next one. Now, I haven't really talked about this much, but the Vault-Tec DLC, I'm not doing because it's just a glorified settlement that you have to build up, and that's not fun story-wise to me, so we're moving directly into automation. Now, this is one of the 2 DLC I remember doing from back in the day. The other one was the Vault-Tec one, where you have to build the vault and expand it out slowly through the different settlement areas thereof, and I don't... The settlement building is neat. It should never have been a pillar of the game. We're gonna blitz through automation because it's not really that complex of a DLC. You meet the robot. You then go and hunt down some robots. You take parts from these robots and put on your robot until you can find where the robots are coming from, and then you go to stop where the robots are coming from. That's the whole DLC in a nutshell for you. So we got one of the parts that we need to put on our robot, who's hovering at the moment because the Protectron legs are... Yeah, Protectrons are the Danger Will Robinson things. I don't like those legs on this character model, so I just put her on a hover jet thingy until I can put actual Assaultron legs on her. And I say her because Ada, female voice. Assaultron, for some reason, has a feminine style body. I don't know. I didn't design the game. I can't explain it. Collect another part for our robot to go talk to a robot brain. I did remember this thing here, so lay into it with my new wounding gun, which is December's Embrace, or December's Child from Far Harbor. It's been modified with a different legendary modification, wounding. Like I said, gonna keep a wounding gun on me at all times in this run. Talk to the brain, go put the brain in a new robot body. I do like the Assaultron, like, industrial look. That's pretty cool. Seems like they would have been, especially with their body types and styles the way they are for Assaultrons, that they would make more sense to have as, like, housekeepers, right? I don't want an atomic-powered fucking Mr. Handsy or Miss Nanny burning my fucking carpet, right? Something that could walk around somewhat human while sure it's a clank, clank, clank around, you know, fucking put carpet down everywhere, it should be fine. Feel like that would make more sense to have, like, you know, taking care of your child than a robotic butler with a flamethrower arm and a 2-tong grabby arm and a buzzsaw arm, you know. Anyway, I put my Vash the Stampede gun to use here. It's not exactly the same as Vash's gun because it doesn't fire from the bottom of the cylinder, but it has overall the same, like, aesthetic. Again, haven't really found a good red coat mod yet. Maybe one of these days I find some good shit for it. It'd be an interesting run. I'd also like to figure out a way, because I know Fallout New Vegas had the whole fatigue damage, but you can't really beat the game without killing people, and that's one of the things Vash doesn't do. Anyway, we talked to the Mechanist.
That's not true. The robots are programmed.
She realizes she was wrong, and she's sorry, and At this point in time, I've already killed off like everybody else from every major DLC at this point, because at this point I'm like 23 hours into this, and
Here, take this.
I'm just still pissed off at Nuka-World and them stupid fucking star cores at this point.
Shut down the security protocols. I'd rather this place be in your hands now.
Anyway, she gives us the password. I say fuck it and take my 50 cal revolver, which is apparently 50 BMG, mind you. Take her out. Head on in here, take out her self-destructing iBot. Shut down the whatever the fuck. And so we start the base game. Now, I've played the base game multiple times. I've done it with just a limited number of shots. It can be beat without doing anything to anyone for any reason, just because. So, we're gonna blitz this. We get Nick, we kill Kellogg. We do the memory den, figure out where Virgil is.
Bye.
I always found it neat how he actually liked being around the robotic Sean. Kill an Alpha Deathclaw with the squirt gun just because, I don't know, by this point I needed more entertainment and I like the squirt gun. Also, didn't know, this thing can run out of ammo, right? I thought it was just infinite ammo, non-stop, all the time. Yep, nope, you can run out of ammo with it. You can't hit the reload button and reload it, you have to switch out of it. Then you can hit the reload button, which this is the explosive one that I'm reloading now. Switch back to the plasma-infused one, the bottle's gone. I don't know, glitch of the game. But I guess it's like 999 shots with it. Which goes to show you just how much damage these things take. And I'm using an auto clicker, mind you. I have a hotkey next to my left mouse button that I can just hit. If you've seen my Fallout with one hand video, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll see me hit that button to auto attack a lot of the times. It can be bound to do anything, like any type of macro you want. I just have it auto click for me non-stop as quick as it can. Go talk to Shrek. Go kill a Corsair with a mini nuke because fuck this guy. A double mini nuke, mind you. Really wanted to put like a Merv attachment on it just to get some real fucking chaos going. I never did though. Never collected the supplies. Go and say hi to the railroad. Still get locked into the, like, gotta stand there animation thing, which is weird. Anyway, they're dead. Deacon's pissed. Deacon dies. So do the rest of the railroad. Talk to Paladin Dance. You'll see a light sticking out of my XO1 power armor helmet, but that's because I'm using a T60 set of power armor now. And just change the mesh on it so the lamp is still there, which is weird. Use the Tesla rifle. It's pretty cool. I like anything that like daisy chains through opponents. I mean, it could use a damage buff. I never really did look and see if I could stick a legendary modification on it. Like maybe a 2-shot one would be pretty cool. Maybe just upping the energy damage with a flat boost would be pretty cool. Maybe explosive. See how the explosive one would work. Would it daisy chain through them all in one explosion, or would it just drop it down to only be an explosive damage? A lot of stuff. Finally get my power armor fitted out the way I like. XO1 torso, T60 helmet, T60 arms. Pretty sure I either got the XO1 legs or T60 legs. I think it's T60 because the part's sticking up instead of just a rounded kneecap. But that cuts a nice figure there. Paint scheme, black flames on red. Looks good. Two great colors that go great together. Black and red like that. We go talk to Sean. We go kidnap a toaster. Still don't get how, like, cloning almost an entire human being, except for, like, the brainstem, would still be more economical than just having ones that charge up. I guess if you could use energy just to make food, it would be easier, but I don't know. Put the Tesla rifle to some use some more. So that we can, you know, piss off the Brotherhood, deal with them. Put my now 50 cal revolver to use. Again, like 50 BMG. No idea how that works, but whatever. I do pick up a couple of Gatling lasers because I thought they give you the ammo that's in them, which is a fusion core. Which would help later on. It also has a spiked bayonet attachment on this thing. But goddamn does it hit hard when I can actually hit shit with it. I'm not some like elite fucking esports player or anything like that. I'm not terrible at it, but you know, I'm not massively amazing at it either. Take out each of these EMP or electromagnetic field generators or whatever the fuck you call them. Toss down the relay grenades. Simply because I can. I also pick up a bunch of other ones whenever I go to the Institute just to call in like 1 synth at a time. Simply because. Put the Gatling laser to use here. Proctor Ingram. With her, since you all know how this is gonna go. Also, I figured out you can drop fusion cores when you get a high enough fusion chemist, whatever the fuck, perk. Make fusion cores last longer. That was pretty cool. But when it comes to Proctor Ingram, why don't they like cut her power armor down so that she could still use her actual hands? I just kind of don't get that. Or, you know, they kill synths and shit all the time. I'm pretty sure they could figure out a way to adapt, like, Mark, whatever the fuck synths, like Nick Valentine, so that they can use their limbs as, like, prosthetics. That's some shit the Brotherhood would do. We nuke the Brotherhood limp with Liberty Prime. Fuck off out of this situation. And that's Fallout 4 beaten in reverse. It took me like 25 hours. It was fun in parts. The DLC is nowhere near as good as Fallout New Vegas is. Anyway, I'm done complaining about that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. I also hope you guys like the Monday videos. Just kind of little bits and pieces for Fallout.